Hello, what is up, everybody? It's me, Tony from PeakD&D, and I'm here with another sneak peek live stream at my editing process. Thought I would do this on Sunday. To be honest, we're not really sure what we're going to do this week. It hasn't been finalized. I think we're filming tomorrow. I believe that's the case, but we also might do a live stream as a full unit. But I'm going to get ahead regardless, just in case we do need to set out a video for Tuesday. And this is episode 44, but we might actually live stream on Tuesday. Unsure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be episode 44. So yeah, here I am. Here's the new setup. I have a new camera, which is nice. Stole it from work because everyone has a webcam there, and they're floating around for a team meeting. So I just figured I'd grab one to have at home for my team meetings to be easier, and also for this to be easier. Shout out to DC20, still rocking. We're still playing it. It's going very well. We are killing it. So this is the thing. And I thought I'd start today. I'm going to start from basically the beginning of my process. You can see the color correction. I did the audio already, but you're going to be able to see the color correction I go through. And we'll see. And also this video, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this episode's a lot of talking, not a lot of combat. So it actually might move pretty quickly this time with different decision-making processes rather than just me copy and pasting all of the roles for all of the battle. So yeah, thought this would be a good thing to do and start you a little early, because I feel like the last few times I've been set up already and we just dive into the editing and dive into the combat really. But I'm going to go through the color correction process. So let's get started here. I'm going to attempt to fade you into my editing stream and see if it works. Yeah, there we are. Cool. So here we go. I think the desktop audio should be working. Let's check. Oh yeah.
On the way back, walking down the tracks.
So here we are. I'm at the beginning, and usually before I cut the intro, so we have about 3 minutes before we actually get into the session. So like of just downtime and audio check and whatnot. Okay. So I just marked it here, and this is where we're going to cut. However, first I need to do the color correction just in case we want to use this for shorts or anything. I don't think we will, because it's not much is going on. So I'm going, but yeah, let's just get started on the battle cam. So for color correction on the battle cam, this is the easiest one. This is the battle cam. I don't know how much we're actually going to use it. I'm going to have to figure out maybe some graphics for the battle cam instead, but we're going to start with it. Let's go up here to color correction on the battle cam, and then we'll go over here So big thing with color correction is just like make it balanced, right? And a lot of our cameras make the color balance. A lot of our cameras, they look good out the gate, to be honest, and they look good when you when we're in the studio and looking on the little viewfinder. But then when we get in here, it does have always, ours particularly, and we could probably mess with the settings, but ours always has a little green hue. So as far as that's concerned, here we are in the color correction, and I do the least amount on the battle cam, so we'll start here. The tint is like your greens and magentas, and then your temperature is your reds and your blues. And I usually, since it does have a little bit of a cool and like a green hue, you can kind of see that. I do need to have this up though. Oops. Just in case y'all are here chatting at me. Probably not, but we'll see. Let me know. Yeah, so instead of the little greenish hue that we see right here, I'm going to just pull this up. That looks pretty magenta. I usually pull it too far and then kind of say, okay, that's way too much. Then I kind of go back and like, that's still green. So I think 30 is probably where it's going to sit. And then I do actually like to give it a little bit of red, I think. Actually, yeah, with the battle cam, I kind of give it some blue. See? Yeah, that looks a lot better, I feel like. Actually, I'm going to go minus 50. No, I do like the minus 20. And it's kind of your preference, right? How you feel like it looks. But if we just go up here and I can show you the difference now. Yoink. See how green, like, see how green that is? Like, it's so green. Like, there's a green hue to it. And then when I add that magenta, add that blue, it just kind of like comes together in a better way. Arguably, we'll see. I usually add some blacks in. There's not a lot of black in here, so I usually just go crazy and then kind of dial it back, like I said. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. The contrast probably will make more of a difference. But I'll do that. Shadows, I don't like it. Sometimes I bump up the whites. Ooh, I kind of like that. So let's bump up the whites a little bit. 30. Okay, so whites and highlights are very similar. What does the highlights do? Yeah, highlights don't do it. I like the balanced white bump up. Just to kind of make it nice and bright. I actually do like 60 or 70, 50. So I can just undo it. See it's a little dark. Brighten it up a little bit. And now contrast. Just go 10, 20. Okay, what is ridiculous? That's ridiculous. I do kind of like that look, but not that ridiculous. So 64. Let's go to 50. Let's go to 40. Yeah, it's a little bit more balanced that way. Now, if we go up here, this is what I like to do. Take the effects off. So see how muted that is? It's crazy how much just a little color correction can go a long way. And I think that looks much better, much brighter, a lot more blues, a lot more less green. So I kind of like that. I don't know how much we're going to use it, but that's color correction. I actually might, what I usually do on our video cameras is I sharpen things to 12. It just gives it just a hint of sharpness. Because if you go crazy, it kind of looks weird. And if you don't do it at all, then it starts to look blurry again. So I just kind of do 12 or 15 just to give it a little sharpness on there. And that's usually all we do for the battle cam. So now we're right here. Let's go with Max and Will. I'm going to zoom in 75%. And here is mostly about also the tints and stuff, but it's all about brightening and making the face, like skin, at least what I've learned on a couple videos that I've watched throughout the years, is that you focus on the skin color and try to make the skins. And this is the hard part about Will and Max, is that they are on the same camera, so it does have to be the same. And we can't really copy paste because every session's just a little bit different on lighting. Like, oh, Grand Old Dwarf, thanks for coming in. I'm just doing some start my editing process real quick, but you have plenty of time to catch up, trust me. But it's going well. We like it so far. All right, so back here. So I put 3 versions, and the first one is what we just did with the battle cam. So we tint it again. So usually it's like 20. See how just ever so slightly brightens it up. Takes that green out. It doesn't need to be much. It just needs to be enough. Temperature, I usually don't go blue. Sometimes on Ben I do. but usually not on anyone else. I usually bump up to red a little bit. Will is prone a little bit to carry reds better than Max, but I usually just give it a hair. Blacks, I usually definitely give it some black, some contrast this way. There's not a lot of blacks in here, so you can go pretty far, but I'm not going to go that far. Probably just a -30. And then on these, rather than whites, I usually do the highlights. I usually bump up highlights and kind of look and see. It's more of a like a manual contrast effect. The blacks and highlights is kind of what I found. Just kind of brightens it up a little bit. I like it. Shadows I usually don't mess with. Sometimes I kind of just go like this and see if I like a look, but I don't really. Plus their green screen has the most shadow, so I try to get rid of as many as I can through here. And then the contrast, I usually bump up the contrast just a hair, but not by much. Sometimes I do the exposure, but usually never. Yeah, and then we can kind of see how that looks. See, God, just takes out that green, brightens it up, brightens up the blacks, brightens up the whites. Looks pretty good. Now we go here, and this is where we do the skin color. So first is the dark skins color, and I usually, so you go into this HSL secondary, I go to set color, and I usually find right underneath the eyes. This is kind of where it's weird as far as like the darks and how lights hit each of us. So I gotta go right behind there, and then I hit show mask. And the things that aren't gray are what's going to be affected. And then I don't mess with the H part on this. The S and the L I do. So I kind of open the S up, open the L up, and now there's a lot. And now I start to close the S. And you can kind of see how it takes away those hues. I definitely try to look at maxes. You know what? Actually, I'm going to show Matt. I'm going to set the color. Maybe the max is dark. See if that makes any sort of difference. It does. That might not be the best. Okay. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Yeah. We'll go back. Yeah, I mean, this day and age, Grandeldorf, like video editing and sound is like everyone, like, it's not just old school YouTube. Like, you have to have that stuff figured out. You have to have good video and good audio quality, or else it's going to die in all of the content that's on YouTube. And if it's not up to par, then it is what it is. But I would agree. I mean, it does end up being, it is a lot of work. I enjoy it, especially once you get a process down. There are things that I don't enjoy, like when you lose some stuff, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. So now I kind of do this. I don't want to take away all that dark because there is some dark I still want to. You kind of just move it around and make sure all the dark spots, and then you can kind of toggle the show mask if you want to. So see how it kind of moves through the dark. I kind of find right there, I think it's good. And then this is like the hard cutoff. Down here is like the shallow cutoff, so it'll bleed better. So I usually extend these like almost all the way. I see that Max's shirt is kind of coming up now in the mask, so I will bleed it so the Max's shirt does not. But it just makes the artifact lines a lot less present if you go crazy on these. But I usually don't. So this is a brighten up. This is all we do is just brighten the spots up, and I'll show you. So if I go crazy, you kind of see the white, and now you can start to see the artifact lines, right? I was pointing, like you can see right there. But you can kind of see these lines right here when you go too far. But I'm going to bring it back down, and all we need to do, let's go back to 0. We just kind of bump it up just a little bit so it brightens up the skin. So see how it brightens up those dark spots. Doesn't have to be much. That's all this is just it bumps it up just a hair. And then I also mess with the tint and temperature, not too much though. My default is like 12 and 8. So if I go like 12, 8, right? Let's see if we can tell a difference. Maybe if I zoom in, you guys might be able to tell. So if I go like this and I go, ooh, it's so minimal because it's only in the dark spots now. It's so minimal. I'm actually just gonna do 8 and 4. Just gives it a little like blood to the skin, essentially. And that's the second part. brighten up the dark spots. It doesn't brighten up like super dark like Max's, and we don't necessarily need to brighten the shadows. We just need to brighten the skin itself. That's kind of the idea. So I've learned. You guys can take this or leave this if you edit at all or not. Who knows? And then on the last luminosity color, you do 3. I do 3. This is the way I learned as well, because then if something changes, you know which one is what, and you know where to find a certain setting. You could do all of this in one setting if you want to, but that way if something looks weird, you might be able to just manipulate one aspect rather than a bunch of them. And then this is the light parts of the skin that we kind of just give some color to. So we're going to go up to Will's forehead because it's usually the light part of the skin. Show mask. This one's the easy mask. The light parts usually don't change when you like see how not a lot like comes up. I will probably just do this and then do this. Just make it as wide of a range as possible because the color that we set is so narrow. Like it doesn't really change much. These change now, and honestly, I definitely go like this to get the bleed well enough, like the artifact lines again, so you don't have like straight lines, like a hard line stopping this, because then you'll be able to see it. So that's what this fade is that it fades into other areas of the picture a little more naturally. Might close it off just a little bit. Oh, that's actually closed. Okay, I might close this off a little bit then. There we go. That looks good. And then we go show mask. And now I'll show you what this does. This is where I put more temperature and tints into it. So if I go like this, now you can see all of the white spaces get this tint to it. But we're just going to do, I think it's usually like 20. Because it's still, look, if you can kind of see, there's still kind of a greenish hue, a little like a jaundicey looking, I guess. If I go 40, sometimes if you go too much, especially Will, it just kind of looks too red. Like we don't want too red. We just want it to elevate a little bit. I feel like the red, the temperature kind of gives you a tan, like a weird natural tan. It doesn't need to be much. I think I actually might go back to 10. Because also what I do here is like I take the saturation down like 5% and it just kind of nullifies it a little bit. So I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but if I take this off, oh, it's so subtle, but it ever so slightly brightens up and gives some color. And honestly, since it's so subtle, I might go to like 25 and 15, mostly because, let's go 12. Of this 5%, I'm going to make it 3%. So it's a little more apparent. Oh yeah. Kind of just gives a little bit of blood to that skin. A little bit more color. Yeah, and I think we're looking good. On Will and Max at least. Now let's go Ben. I usually just try to find a spot where you see his face. Look at the difference though. Look at this as the regular cam footage, and then we go to this, and look how much like brightened and different that all looks. So we think it looks better. Again, this is all flavor and how you want it to look on yours if you do any of these things. So, but soon we will get into the actual footage. Sorry, I have my Discord notifications on. You might hear the ba-doop, but that's okay. There it is again. Maybe I should turn those off. So let's go. I'm going to mute the channel, unmute for 3 hours. See what happens. Okay, back to bed. The colors. Doink. Oh, I forgot. The last thing is our green screen. Totally forgot that. So let's do that. Green screen is iffy. We just kind of do our best, especially on Max and Will's, because it has the most different colors. Did I just put another? Oh no, it's right here. I usually go aggressive to try to get the most green hues, and I try to find the between the light right here and the dark right here, and try to go right there in between and try to catch most of it. Looks good to me. On the bottom, you can kind of see that there is some stuff there. You might be able to go a little darker, but then the top will. Oh, all right, that actually works better. But the top sometimes then becomes bad. So I'm just gonna copy this real quick, just so I don't lose that color. But I'll show you, like if I go dark, then you see this and it won't be green screened. If I go light, you see down here, it won't get green screened as well. And so now I'm just gonna paste what worked, and now you have very minimal green screen that's there, which is good. All right, we were gonna go to Ben. Ben is next. Ben's usually pretty easy because it's only one, and I'm pretty easy because it's only one person on screen. So we go back into color correction. 20 seems a lot. It doesn't need to be that much. Ooh, Ben's hard. It definitely needs to be some, but actually it doesn't need to be that. What does red do? Red kind of balances it out. Let's go to 20. 5. 12. I think that's okay. Oh yeah, it definitely takes out that blue in the skin. Yeah, that actually looks much better. See, he kind of looks bluish actually more than green on this particular day. So bump up that red just a hair. I'm gonna go down just a bit just because it might be a little too intense, but add some blacks, probably that -30. Add some highlights, maybe 10. Just bump up a hair. Shadows? No. Whites? No. Contrast. Usually just like a little bit just goes a long way. So I usually just add a little. And it works. Creative, I usually sharpen. Actually, I don't think I did that on Will and Max. Again, I just put a little bit of sharpen on everybody. It just makes a little bit of a difference, but it also doesn't ruin the quality because sometimes it can. If it's too sharp, it doesn't look good. So that's all for that one. I think that looks much better. Yeah. Let's go back to the HLS secondary. We're doing the darks this time. Let's go right under the eyeball there. Okay. Open it up. That looks good. Open this up. Okay. Kind of find that middle ground. I like that. Yeah, that looks about right. Get all the dark spaces in there. His beard usually finds its way into here, so sometimes I try to cut that out a little bit like this, so then it's mostly the skin, not the beard. But we'll see. All right, so again, super bright. That's way white, but we don't want that. We just want to bump it up just a hair. See that change, and I kind of like move it up and down until I kind of find. All right, so I'm gonna go like right there, I think. Just a little bit. He is very bright, this one, so it doesn't have to be too much. Okay, so now I do think this is where the magenta is going to come in. Let's go 15, and then let's go 8. And also, let's take down the saturation just a hair on this one. Usually I don't touch the saturation, but I kind of just go like this just to kind of see what it looks like, because depending on how he's looking, it might be more light than other shots, but I think it looks pretty good. And then the light parts of his skin, which are a lot. And this is where we can kind of balance out the light, I think, with the red. Not really much to be had. Different. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Okay, there we go. So you kind of just move these around until all of the spaces that you think are light or you think are dark in the last one are showing, and then the rest won't be affected. And that's kind of what these do. I just kind of try to find a nice balance of what I want affected by those. All right, tint. Woo! Let's blush them out. No, this is just a little blush. But I do think actually I need to start with this. See how it kind of gives them a tan, but you got to find the right balance. And I think this might actually blow him out a little bit, but I do think we need some. The other thing I could do, looks better. So this actually might not be a lot. The other thing I could do maybe is take down the exposure up top on this first lumetri color. I could take out the exposure. So what if we do minus 0.5? All right, I like that, but not enough. So minus, okay. And then I actually might take down the whites, or no. Actually, I might take down the highlights. I think that's what was doing it. All right, I'm gonna go minus 8. Yes, I did pause Ben on a mugshot. Some of these pauses I do screenshot for us because I think they're hilarious. Like the one that I used in one of our videos, my camera wasn't on and I used like my mugshot and I'm just like, but it's because of a pause. It was pretty funny. I think they're hilarious sometimes when I just like, I'm just messing around, stop the timeline marker, and all of a sudden I look up, I'm like, wow, that's a mugshot. Okay, back to this. Kind of tint do we have? Not that much. 102 is way too much, but I do think it could be in the 25s. 20. We're also gonna, saturation's gonna go down about 5%. Okay, what does that look like? Can we make it? Can we tell the difference? We definitely can. It does give him just a hair of color, and that's about all we want. And I think he looks pretty good. I might go to fit and kind of see what they both look like next to each other. He is small on the camera, so it's kind of hard to tell, but that's 25, 50. But yeah, I think that'll be good. And now all we have is me and your green screen. Close all these so it's easier to get to places. Aggressive. Make sure we get all those. And Ben's and mine is pretty easy. We don't cast as many shadows as Max and Will, so there we go. Green screened up. All right, my good friend me, let's do this. Lumetri color, copy. Let's just bring that ultra key because we know we're gonna need it. 75, hand tool, let's go. Ravi's drinking at the beginning of this episode. Yeah, there's a funny screenshot, but I can see my face and it's clear, so that's what we're looking for. Hey, Grand Old Dwarf, what episode are you on? If you don't mind me asking. All right, let's tint this up. I definitely want some magenta. My skin definitely wants, so I think I'm just gonna go 20. That's a little too much. I'll go 10. Ooh, that balances it out really nice. Whew, that looks so much better. That skin looks so much better. Oh, got caught up yesterday. Gotcha. Maybe I currently playing catch up. I'll be real time shortly. Gotcha. Nice. I'm glad you caught up. How you liking it? I think we're doing pretty good job for the most part. Story's pretty good. And that last cliffhanger was pretty good last episode if you caught that one. I usually tend to wear a lot of black, so my black I definitely up, but not too much. I usually wear a lot of black, so I actually might just go minus 10. Highlights. Oh, well, we super appreciate that, Grand Old Dwarf. I'm glad that we're the only ones that you watch. We try to make it fun for everyone. We try to get everyone included with shorter gameplay episodes, but we just try to have a good time on camera so you guys enjoy watching us. Just really late sometimes, aren't we all? There's so much to do during a day. Where do you find time for PeakD&D. I don't know. I barely find time for PeakD&D. I am going to take down the whites a little bit, right? Yeah, that looks nice and balanced. I think contrast, and that didn't do much, so didn't do nothing. Let's leave it. 12 is kind of my go-to with sharpness, kind of just a little bit, just sharpens it up a little bit. And then after me, I will put together this and we will start watching the episode together. Because again, I think it's a lot of talking. And maybe some skill rolls, but not like a lot of combat. I do like this episode though. It's pretty good. It was a lot of fun to do. If Ravi gets drunk, that's kind of his thing now. Not drunk. He's just kind of like super buzzed talking to his now found dad. Spoilers. What am I doing? I'm doing the dark ones. I think I would say that my face, for the most part, has the most defined dark spaces. So see, my hat is kind of coming in. I'm going to try to limit that if I can. I do need to, but if it gets brightened up a little bit, that's fine. Doesn't make too big a difference. I will, I actually kind of like that. Maybe this way a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like all of that area to be brightened up a little bit. I am doing the dark one, right? Yeah, should be. So see my hat gets lighter. It won't make that much of a difference though. But yeah, let's just bump this up. Just to give it a little glow. Again, I'm a more magenta, so let's go 4 on temperature, up it a little bit. Magenta 8, up it a little bit. Again, you can't really tell with those, to be quite honest, but it does just give it just a hair. See how it brightens? Just gives it enough. I know I'm not the best at talking about this stuff live while doing it, so I'm getting better the more I do it, though. All right, now we're doing the light spots. Show mask. Again, the light spots are usually pretty easy to find. Ooh, I do like that other cheek coming in. See that other cheek coming in right there? I do like that to brighten up as well. And this is where we just do a lot of blush. Not that much blush though. I think I got like 18. 31's too much. 20. Actually, let's go back to 30. What does that look like? It's a 0, 30. I think I like 20. Maybe even 15. It just gets enough of that magenta out or accentuates that magenta. I think I'm going to do 97% saturation. I mean, on saturation, like 3% cuts so much. So if I do 90, it's like it almost never happened. It's kind of crazy. So I'm just going to do like 3%, and it just kind of takes out that saturation a little bit. Much better. I didn't do this with the other folks, but I will do it for me because I'm the most important, let's be real. So I just kind of take all of them off and then add them again. Better, closer, warmer, nice. My green screen is also pretty easy, just like Ben's. Zoom out a hair to make sure it's all there, and there we are, off and running, my friends. Okay, let's build. Okay, so now that I've done the color correction, just to make sure that everything's the same if and when we use this like intro, or not intro, but like pre-episode banter, I guess. This one's probably not going to be used for reasons I will not disclose. But what happens in the studio off camera or on camera, but before episodes rolling, stays in the studio most of the time. But I do save these just in case we do want to use them. Oh, I have not made my project 44. Haven't made this environment yet. We're gonna go graphics. I'll show you, yeah, just showing you everything today, all my systems on how I set everything up. Music. What else do I do? Oh, overlays, but I just drag and drop from another project. Sequences. So this is where I do make another sequence and call it 44 outtakes, because that's basically what they are. Copy paste, so I can find them later. Outtakes are there. I have 41, 42, and 43 because they have roll things that roll graphics that I'll probably want to pull from. I'm not really sure how the rolls are gonna do or what overlay I'm going to use for those yet. So I kind of have them all pulled up just in case I want to use different ones and which ones I want to use. Okay, so from graphics, I'll take the advantage, disadvantage, I'll take our ads, I'll take our dice rolls, and I'll take this motion graphics template, which I think is for the roll initiative template, just in case we use it. But I usually just copy paste all those into every project. And then graphics are gone. Overlays have our tokens and our green screen backgrounds usually. And our overlays. So that's just a separate folder. I don't put it into graphics. One less click for me. And then music will come. I think I'm going to use the 43 music to start, but we'll see. Tokens are there, right? Okay, good. All right, so I think for now we don't have a battle going on, so we don't need the ad space. That's the battle map. The 4 of us, battle map ad space is I can just drag it. It's this one with this vertical bar here for where I put all the battle stuff. But we're not in battle right now. However, since it's talking and we're not doing much, I might actually use it to put our ad placement in there. That might not be the most terrible idea. For like the first 5 minutes of the episode. Curious. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to see if this works. Usually I scroll all the way out and pull this all the way over. So the green screens, I use the same DM background for Ben. I put that, where'd it go? It's so small. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went, but it didn't get pulled in for some reason. I put it behind Ben. All the way out. All the way out. Can't remember where we're at, so I'll probably choose our backgrounds later. Now let's fit everything into the spots. I probably could copy paste. Let's see if I can do that. Save myself some time. I think we were in. What just happened? Oh, sorry. I was looking at my phone and stupid things happened. Whoa. Not really sure where the sound went. I don't think I can edit undo. So here we are. It's fine. Oh, there's the audio meters. Let's just drag. Sorry, I just screwed all of that up. Not that the audio meters are that important, but okay. What did I? Okay, I undid this. Thank God, undid this. Okay. This is the editing that you don't want to see, but it is what it is. So what was I doing? I was copying and pasting. So I was coming here to look for our battle cam. This is our battle footage. So in theory, my God, Nancy. All right, so in theory, I could go like this, go to Ben, and then up here on motion, this is all of his, where I can crop things, where I can crop things down and where I position stuff. And you can actually, I learned this way too late in my editing world. So Drunken Dragons, what's happening? Thanks for stopping by. Sorry if I missed you and you've been here for a while and I didn't say hi, but so it goes. I'm hard at work. But I can just copy that, go to Ben here, click on this effect controls and hit paste. Oh, beautiful. So now I don't have to do that all by itself. Same with the DM background. I can do the same thing. So let's go grab that, grab the motion, copy. I have a copy on my mouse, makes things easy. And then we go to DM background, paste, boom, there it is. However, it does have the blur. So let's take the blur. Best thing in 2025 Premiere Pro is that you can crop instead of mask. These crops are amazing. So we're going to crop right just because and clean this up just in case things get weird. Ben actually needs to get cropped a little bit more from the right too. See right here, it's his edge of his screen. Sometimes I miss that. I'm not going to this time. Just put it underneath the overlay so nothing gets weird. Thanks. Good crops. Good crops. I am reaping what I sow. That's a crop joke, right? I don't know. All right, Maxwell. Bam. All right, well, I can't see him, so let's grab the battle camera and put that in there so I can see things. Bam. Whoops. What did I want to do? There we go. I'm bumping up my audio because I heard from Max last time that our audio was too quiet. So I'm just going to bump it up a little bit if you guys are cool with that. Let me know if it's too loud, too soft, whatever. I can manipulate later. All right, so sometimes on this, to make sure these cropped correctly, I take off the green screen. Yep, it's right in there, so there's no bleed on either side. And now it's me, my turn. Motion yoink. Boom. Aha! I see it right there. Let's crop. 12. Boom. That's what I like to see. All right. So what I was going to do with this ad space, or this space that's not battle, I was going to throw our ads in there. Because people keep telling us that our Redbubble store for all of Will's amazing t-shirt designs for Krakenfest, for Moonbucks, I think he's got one other one, to put them on screen so people know about them. So he made us some ads that I'm going to put, and I usually put the ads underneath everything, just so they don't, so everyone's over it, just in case something gets weird. Control Z is always your best friend. But yeah, so let's put our ads in ad space in here while we can. Okay, so this one looks good. I might make it hair bigger. Yeah. And if it bleeds underneath the overlay, so that's good. Hold on one sec. Gotta respond to these people real quick. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. But the woes of just doing my editing on my own time and on your time now. I am posting bad images of you on the internet. There was a mugshot that I had you when I was doing color correction. It's fine, Ben. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so these ads, I think I'm going to make... How long do I want to make them? Speed duration. 26 seconds. Each one. I think we're just talking. I don't think there's a lot of rolls right now. They don't need to be that like long, right? I like a minute 30. I think a minute 30, that's 1 second. That's one. Or is that a minute? Nope, that's a second. 1, 30, 0. An hour and 30 minutes. No, that's 1:30. Perfect. Okay, so now I can go to, let's do the Spotify one next. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do Redbubble last. I'm gonna do our World Anvils also an ad. So if you want to read our tales, Grandeldorf, if you don't have time necessarily to watch a whole episode, I think Max makes like, I don't know, short story-esque things on our World Anvil. They can kind of get the gist of what's going on in an episode before you watch the next one. So we think it's a really good idea. And it is. It's a very good idea. We don't think it is. All right. And then Redbubble is going to be last. buy our stuff will be last. Oh yeah, so red bubble is one I made. So again, these are all the same style, so I can just copy and paste the motion or the settings into there and pop it in there just like that. 1.5x speed. That's the way to do it. I wonder what our voices sound like at 1.5x. Probably not too different, but I don't usually do that. I like to watch things at the slow pace. I don't consume that much YouTube to need to catch up to that extent, but I appreciate in whatever way you need to catch up, do it. All right. So now that we're all done, except for the background for us, we start.
On the way back,
45 minutes later.
Walking down the tracks to the car full of explosives.
Here we go.
Ravi finds out some very interesting information about the blood of Otmar.
Heartfelt moment.
A heartfelt.
All right, I lied. Kind of a bummer, but we're not going to do this. There's nothing happening on the battle camp, so that's what I'm going to use these for. My God. But that's what happens. Every time I start something, I think it's going to go one way, and then I change my mind. But that's the joy of being the editor, is I can do such things. Going to try to copy paste. Again. Okay. Better, closer, warmer. Yoink. I know this is tedious, but it's even more tedious if you do it manually, so way better option, in my opinion. Don't think anything bleeds, but I'm going to double check me, because I might actually not be. Oh, I'm good. Double check Max and Will. If they bleed, ooh. Okay. There, the camera is the most difficult to work with, but that is okay. Or I actually might do this. Max sometimes tends to be on the edge, but I can uncrop from the left. Nope. From the right, because I know my left from right so much. One. Okay, there we go. So now it's all in there. I also might just do 130. Make them a little smaller, put them down a little more, bump it over to the right just a hair. All right, now we're there. Boink. Ben, let's just double check him. Might as well. He's good. Okay. Battle cam. Nothing's going on you. So you are going to be filled with ads. What do I want to do first? Roll the anvil. Minute 30. Let's go. That is the tall one. I want the wide one. Mother trucker. Okay. Nope. Oh, misclicks all over the place. Almost rotated out of oblivion. Okay. Let's see. Looks good. Bump it over here. There we go. Copy. Spotify. Minute 30. Bump, bump, ba-dum, bump, bump. Red bubble, add wide, bump, bump, ba-dum, bump, bump. Getting in the mood for watching the Nuggets game later with some friends. So there we are. That's what I'm doing. The defense chant. Ben loves the defense chant. He loves sports ball. Probably more than me and Max, to be honest. Okay, now we can start.
Ravi finds out some very interesting information about the blood of Otmar.
Heartfelt moment.
Yeah, Ben,
A
spoilers.
heartfelt
That's what this is
moment.
all about. This is spoil the next
Spit
episode.
take.
Last thing I need to do is grab the ending. I think I want this. New day. Yeah, I think I want the new day. Let's hear it. Just kind of ambiance-y. Nothing much is going on right now. We're just walking to the train.
Spit
What?
take. Walking down the tracks to the car full of explosives.
Also gonna take down our audio just to hear. Oh, I need an amplify actually. I think that does things better. I think it's about the same. If you go up to audio effects up here and you put the amplify effect on here and then you edit to -3 cut, I think it's the same as the gain, but I think it does it in a more in a subtle way where it doesn't take down quality, where gain sometimes does.
Ravi finds out some very interesting information about the blood of Otmar.
Heartfelt moment.
A heartfelt moment. Spit
What?
take. Welcome to the peak.
Now, we gave him some space.
Yeah, you guys were walking ahead.
Yeah,
They were
you
like,
didn't read the room, but I was like, Orrin,
like
let's
one of those
come on,
cartoon
man.
like push cars, you know, like the seesaw.
So I think what I'm going to use as the background is this landscape background, actually. Because as Ben said last time, we're basically in Utah. So I created this graphic, yes, via the AIs. If you guys don't like AI for small channels, it is what it is. We use it a lot for these green screen backgrounds. So it gives you a little bit more immersion, I guess, in our videos. And being a small channel, you do what you gotta. And AI is a good tool for those who want to use it, in our very humble opinion. All right, I'm a little off-centered, so I'm gonna fix make me a little bit bigger. I am the star of the show, so I might as well. So me, sometimes I sit up, sometimes I lean over, so I kind of just drag through and see if that all works. Certainly looks like it. Saw me rolling too, so some rolls are going to happen. All right.
I don't know how long. Yeah, longer than 12 seconds. To come through the Citadel Arcade. It's like one of those cartoon like push cars, you know, like the seesaw. The seesaw. I love it.
I'm glad
Tony and
Grandel
his
Dwarf.
dad can finish their moment.
I appreciate our AI overlords as well. Will, we actually got Will when he introduced that to us that he works with AI. I can't remember what he was searching for. It was at the studio, and he was so mean to his AI. And I was like, dude, when they take over the world, you need to be nice to them or else they're going to take you over. So we actually got Will to start talking to his AI nicer just in case they do take over the world. Maybe we'll be spared. Who knows?
Tony
They
is
are.
real dad.
Yes.
I don't even. Are you my real dad?
Yeah, the Nuggets are playing at 4 p.m., Ben.
Are
So
you
I don't know if we're
my
going to go through all of
Are
this
you asking that?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
episode, but it was
What?
just talking,
I
so we
know,
should be
it's a
able
lot
to.
take in. It is, son, but with great power means you have a lot of shit to do. You know what I mean?
I what do I have to
So-
do? What? What?
Well, you don't have to do anything. Not if you don't want to, but
Things are starting.
All right, I'm setting up my our since I don't have my favorite transition anymore, as I've said in the last couple streams, I've kind of made my own. It does take longer, but it is what it is. These transitions are going to be 3 seconds long. And right at the beginning of the transition, I like this directional blur / crossfade. So the direction is going to be 75. The blur length is going to be 0. And then we're going to go here. And the blur length is going to be 100. And then the Spotify ad, same thing. Direction 75. Blur length. is going to be 0 at the end, so you can read it. But it's going to be 100 to begin.
It make a lot more sense now.
I can.
Ooh, I like it. I like the little blur. Looks good to me. I like
Getting
it.
a bit of-
I think it's fun. Takes a
Things are
little bit
starting
to
to make a lot
build,
more
but
sense now.
I can.
nice. We're there.
I'm getting a bit emotional, but I now have the opportunity to do all the things I've
Roko's Basilisk.
wanted to do. I can.
You might have to tell me
teach
about
you.
that.
I
I'm
can
not sure if
train
it's-
you.
Train me
I
to
can
do
show
what?
you. Ravi, there's a.
What just happened? I think I closed it. Sorry, guys. Hopefully nothing else changed. I think everything's fine.
reason you were the best
All right, this is a little loud. We're going to go back to minus 28.
student to come through the Citadel Arcanum. Since, well, maybe me, but you have just begun to scratch the surface of what you are capable of as a wizard.
I mean, I turned myself into a dragon once.
Do you think that just
It's true.
happens to people randomly? No!
5% chance on a 1 to 20
I mean,
range.
What is that, a 5% chance on any given time you could just turn into that? And then, and for longer than like
For an
12
hour, apparently.
seconds? Yeah, longer than 12 seconds? I mean, come on.
Made a lot
That was
more sense.
crazy.
It was only supposed to be around.
Still one of my favorite moments is when I turn into a purple dragon because of a spell duel. Thanks, DC20. Thanks, Alan. Love that.
It's way more. Makes way more sense.
But does it though? Like you just 12 seconds, you're like dragon, not dragon.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no,
the
it was
hour,
awesome.
The hour was fun.
I think
Life is a simulation. We're all here for a good time, not a long time. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, I want to do more of that.
right. There are many things that I could teach you. I don't know how long we will have together, but if you wish to spend some time, there are magical secrets that
Yoink. We're blurring again, baby. Mother trucker, I hate when I do that. It's kind of hard to get to the very end of this. On here, I don't know why, but it is. Okay. I have to do it on here or else it just goes haywire. Okay. Boink. 1 hundo. 75. Blur length hundo. End of the blur will be 0. Make sure it looks
secrets
okay.
that I've learned in my travels, the things that I innately have
I like
figured out about ourselves.
That
You know,
sounds
why the question I keep coming back to is why was I what are we supposed to be doing with this power? What is it that the blood of Otmar, that our family, that those connected to Vortor himself are meant to do?
And why does everyone want it?
Don't think editing anything's going to happen for a couple seconds. I'm going to keep it running. I got to grab a drink.
Well, people always want more power. People always want to misuse the power of others, and that's what we have to be careful of, is that we don't get used. I don't think your friends are out. They don't know anything about you, but they seem forthright in their convictions, and you have a bodyguard, for God's sake, because that's already keeping you safer than I ever could. That was what I was trying to save you from.
I think I keep him safer, really. Than...
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah, that's
he
toasty.
seems earnest.
It's also
he's
free
got-
tools here.
he's
So.
He
got a
seems
good
his heart's
heart.
in the right place. Yes, exactly. His
Even though
heart's
my
in the
It's
temperature
there.
is at 68 degrees. Actually 70. I have an electric blanket. So getting toasty, getting comfy, settling in.
He just likes to flannel lips a lot. Never works out.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Those parents, they have a weird.
Oh, okay. Actually, hold on. Is this at the end? Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, good. All right. So now let's cross bleed those.
Never works out.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Those parents, they have a weird town guard training program. I think. I don't know. I've been through
Very-
Larry, and I've been mostly to the port town.
All right, I'm going to try something interesting. Didn't do it on the last one, so don't think it's needed. But let's scale this up to 75 while it blurs to fill out the...
The port towns, but
All right, so the landscape needs to be cropped. The battle camp's just not necessary, to be honest. Not right now. There's nothing going on it. So what I'm going to do then is I'm on 44. Landscape graphic. Let's put in the regular graphics. Let's delete that guy. Okay. Yeah, that's big. I think we're just going to do that. Crop. Crop. Good crop, Tony. Thanks, Tony. Doing a good job. Always nice to talk to yourself. Give yourself some grace and some, I don't know. All right. Neural. Land, escape. Directional, blur. Donde está? There you are. 75. All right, I'm going to do the same thing, see if it works. So this is going to be 100. Actually, I don't think I need to do it on this one because it does fill out the screen by nature.
We did plenty of goods to be moved around
Like it.
from place to place on the main
All right.
continent as well.
Ads are in.
In the Vortorian Empire, of course, but
You always have to consult yourself for expert advice. Doesn't everyone do that? I don't know.
just think
Is that
about
just
it.
us?
If
Might be
want
just
to
you and
know
me,
more,
Grandaldorf.
You and I can spend some time together. And
I mean, we definitely need to know more because we're currently trying to find all the pillars and keep them safe from the friggin' Shadow King.
yes,
you know
told
anything
me a
about
little-
that?
Well, from what you've told me.
Do you know anything about the Shadow King? Have you come across him in your travels?
The Shadow King? I mean, rumors mostly.
Hmm.
There's always been whispers of random cults popping up on some of the islands around here, but on really all the continents. Well, don't know much about the fifth one, where the elves are, but
Well, yeah, that's where we fought him off first.
I was very excited to get the opportunity to learn more about it, but
Yeah, and
it
ours
was not,
cool.
not quite in the cards. But well, you'll have to take me one day. That would be great.
Yeah,
You'll have to show me.
I mean, we're all Nara.
What t-shirt? The one you're
That's what
wearing
that's
on
what
the
we
episode
learned
then?
while we were
Well,
there.
We're more Vortor, but I mean, tomato, right? Am I wrong? Great. Well,
Oh, the one that gives yourself expert advice.
Excellent.
I
Well, it's
understand.
funny because she kept being like, "Nah, God," but now it's like,
well, the Oracle
"I'm a
isn't-
god."
The Oracle isn't really a god, but maybe she has a connection to her god.
Oh, she turned into a big
There's-
purple lady for him. It was pretty cool.
Oh.
Oh,
she was
yeah.
truly transformed into an
She
avatar. of her
she
own.
died, and then Orrin brought her back to life with her godstone, and it was pretty insane.
That's very old magic. I mean, the power of Vortor is, it's like a burning ember compared
The
to
Not a God t-shirt's going to be great.
bonfire.
Robbie's going to have the I'm a God t-shirt.
I don't
Yeah.
mean to tell you that to
He is
inflate
Votor.
your ego anymore,
Yeah.
but it's
Votor reborn is Ravi Otmar.
the Ravi. There's much I could teach you.
That's not true. It's not canon.
That's-
Well, I
We have
think I
yet
need
to
to learn
learn.
as much as I can.
That's
if
learn
we're
that.
trying to connect all these pieces to the puzzle here.
Let's deal with these fire giant blackguards first, perhaps.
Yeah, there's just one sleeping in that one car.
The one full of the explosives.
Yeah, that one.
What was their aim with that? Well, they maybe your friends.
That you
We
are,
could
Great
bring your
Old
friends
Dwarf.
into this
I
conversation
think
at this point.
That you
Julius
are.
overheard something.
Oh, that's right. You've been drinking. Okay.
I got the fire wine.
Fellas, huddle up
Been
here.
drinking this whole time.
So it might be that I might go down the wormhole of music that we have to change it up. We'll see though.
My son is well intentioned, but I think
And if you're listening and in the stream and whatnot and want to give me some advice after I play some, we'll see. But I don't know when I'm going to change, but I'm probably going to have to change it. Not have to, but going to.
he needs
Background
maybe
music.
a break from the thinking part of our
Dude,
plan.
the fire ale.
No, he's fine. You should have seen him at Kraken.
Fire ale
this
is
is nothing.
fire.
So yes, of
Try
course.
some.
So all I'm saying is what
Spicy.
we're
sauce.
walking towards what is most certainly a very large pile of explosives that
Did notice that. Will's head just went up a little bit too far, so I think I'm going to bring them down. The hard part is that he's so much taller than Max, so I just don't want to like put Max super slumped. But and then after that, noticing, I think I'm a little too big. Or was I? I think 118's okay. Look about the same. Try to get us to look all uniform. Ben, however, I think he could actually be bigger. What does 125 get us? Not 133. I think that looks actually better for Ben. 5%, 7% increase.
would gladly kill us all. What's
Yeah,
the plan?
fills out.
Yes, sir.
A little bit more.
I think it is quite telling that you think we have a plan.
Well,
Was it connected to
you
why?
seem like an idea
Get
man. to
swole,
me.
Ben.
That's what I like.
If any of us do, it's me. I'm the one who needs to go to the gym out of all of us.
No, I'm just sober.
Tough.
No,
No,
there
when you
hasn't-
spend enough time at sea, it's often,
Not sure what's.
No, there hasn't been a plan.
Interchangeable,
Like,
right?
I don't know how much you know about our journey, but like, we've really just been like following crumbs and making it up.
Really,
as
I guess the
best.
crew knows more because he was kind of gone. You guys had a little bit of time on. You guys had a little bit of time on the ship before you were attacked by the giants to really to
Yeah,
unload.
yeah. Like we had dinner and like told
He's
him our
sorta- yeah, he's
story,
caught up.
and he
Yeah,
knows all
he's
that
sorta-
stuff.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
sort of
But-
caught up at least.
No, you got
Yeah.
kidnapped, so we came to rescue you, especially after we learned the truth.
Yes.
And
Yeah, hey guys, this is my dad.
yeah. Nice to meet you, Mr. Otmar.
There's a name I've not heard in a long time. Long time. Sorry,
Yeah.
I need my Star Wars moment.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good. But then, no, we rescued you, and then all of a sudden there was a train and explosives, and I think they were gonna run it into where does the track go that way? Like I turn around and point over our shoulder where it was going. Like I think they were just gonna blow up
The city that it was
or
going to or something. Yeah, that's right. They were trying
Yes,
to
that
blow
is
it up.
quite intriguing. These fire giants seem to have
Who are they going to bring you to? Because they were bringing you to somebody,
someone that
but you don't know. You
was-
didn't hear.
Wanted the blood of Otmar, which seems to be like
Also heard
always the shadow. Like so far, the only people
It's true.
we
It's always the
found
Shadow King.
that want your tainted, cursed blood.
My taint?
Oh gosh.
Cursed blood.
Sure, that want your taint
Said cursed blood.
Did cursed blood?
is the Shadow King.
The shadow.
Everyone,
people who are in
everyone
league
who
with them.
wanted is connect to the show.
We have fun
To
here.
what,
It's
to
fun.
what ends, though? That's the real question.
The one guy, Lysander, wanted to undo the line of the Oracle to grab power for themselves. I think there's
That whole
something the Shadow King seems to be after the pillars.
Yeah.
I'm like rifling through my stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know. Here, this is what my other dad sent me with.
Open up the audio for the episode.
My other.
Let me know if it's too much.
It doesn't even. It's not. It's a flourish. We'd win over this. Sign my name right. Hopes that it finds you good health.
The sharing of the
I don't know if
letters
that
to real
helps at
dad.
all. Something about prophecy or something.
Yeah. Prophecies of Vortor? What do you know about that?
Oh,
Great.
this is very disturbing.
Is this news to you?
Not the prophecy of the blood of Otmar, but this isn't it. This isn't
Cool, thanks, Ben.
the blood of Otmar is to
Max said it was kind of quiet last time, so I'm trying to bump it up a little bit so it's not as quiet this time.
is to bring the light of Vortor back to the world. That's the prophecy. To this talk of assassinating and this isn't anything that I was ever taught about
Oh,
our
man.
heritage.
Is other dad working with the Shadow King?
I
Oh, Ravi.
don't know.
Damn it.
I don't know, Ravi. This is
Someone's getting pulled over by my house.
this is quite disturbing. This is
Wee woo, wee woo.
it was there are
You guys probably
Again.
didn't hear that, actually.
I've mentioned that there are several cults that have popped up
Mm-hmm.
over the time. In my time at sea and your father's, we've journeyed together for several years. Here, I'll give you this back. There you go.
Nice. Made it.
There are always those who seek to raise power when they can, right? To find those things that possess power. Right now, what's the most powerful entity in this world? The Empire?
Some would
Church.
I don't know.
What is on
Yeah, this music truck's still doing it for me. We're going to keep going.
it's on the other things are on the rise. This Shadow King may be yet another being out looking for power, and there are those that would fall under its sway. I can only venture to say that we would have to find those motivations elsewhere, but if you and I can, and we,
No, please.
no.
I see where we are.
Here's another one.
What's this one?
This
Dear
one had
Dad.
like some weird water markings.
Janaway. Our old first mate? What?
And some weird water markings.
She landed in.
Something about Votor sitting down somewhere.
Oh, there's the old,
Votor
the
will
old
sit.
sailor's code. Yes. Sailor. The way he says sailors is kind of like sailor's code, right? Mm-hmm. Vortor will sit.
Yeah.
Wills it.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. Sit on the throne. That's what I thought. It made sense to me.
I think it still does make sense.
Yes. Kill
Is that all weird too?
the elf. Kill the elf. Stay. What? Elves. Right. Okay. This is all a lot. You all. I am.
You don't say.
Yeah.
What
been a while
of
since
sick
It's
bastard.
been a while since the table's been turned on you, huh,
Yeah.
Pops? You
No,
thought you were
that's-
the one dropping bombs.
Yes. I'm.
So are you not the one calling the shots at the Otmar residence, though?
Well, Percy. Well, the
Just a lot
man
of
who
talking.
is the
We've been doing real dad, fake dad.
fake dad
Okay.
is he was my best friend. He was a close compatriot of mine, and we came up with this plan to stop whatever misuse of the blood of Otmar prophecy that it seems like your father is somehow involved in. I hate to say it. The man who raised you.
Fake dad.
Oh,
Fake
fake
dad.
Fake dad.
Yeah.
That the man back in Jorva is under the influence, whether or not he willingly or no, I would venture to say no. He's always been a man of the most utmost character.
But you're not pulling the strings over there?
I have been essentially going port to port for years at this point, all of Ravi's life, to
Spreading the light of Vortor.
in my own way, yes.
Okay.
But
You have brothers and sisters,
mostly
Ravi.
to keep ahead of whoever might look to, and there was always
I got
the-
one sister.
who
No,
would, who
you
would
don't.
seek to, capture me or, I don't know, use me in some way. And until Ravi came along, I was the last of my line. But, things happen at sea. You can't always predict those kinds of changes. But we thought the best way would be to put me into hiding and keep me under the pretense as Percy Pennyweather. So we did a trading places. And he and I, he became the sworn protector and man who would raise my son,
And run the business really well, it looks like. The house is huge.
he's done very well for himself.
It was
Yes,
a pretty
the-
big house.
You guys
Yeah, so Ravi's learning all about. He's got a fake dad and a real dad. They were best friends, but they swapped places to save or to hide the blood of Otmar. But that doesn't still leaves Ravi kind of out in the open with the Otmar name on him too. Okay, here we go. Let me show you. This is what I'm talking about. Freeze frame. Gotta love it. Max is usually always stoic, but I always have the rolled eyes one. For some reason, I always land on myself doing the rolled eyes.
And run the business really well, it looks like. The house is huge.
he's done very well for himself.
It was
Yes,
a pretty
the-
big house.
You guys have
Daedarian estate is
observatories and libraries named
Otmar
after
estate.
you, and
He has been treated.
yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of those accomplishments were
Almost every single pause will probably be sleepy eyes,
probably mine, but
rolled eyes.
he's done well for himself on the reputation of my family, and that's all I really could have asked for. He's upheld the name of Otmar, at least within.
So what I'm thinking is like maybe if it's like this every 20 minutes, I might repost the ads
Then
just to keep things
Jorva
moving and
and
things changing.
in Zarian, well, I mean, he goes to the capital. He has the ear of the High Council. He is. If anything was to happen to Ravi, he would know about it before it happened.
Is he on the High Council?
Not quite. He's on like the next level down. There's a council of 5 that
Yeah.
that are the only ones who have audience with the emperor, and then the various diplomats and those in the greater assembly that are generally well thought of. And your father's in that. My friend Percy,
Fake dad.
who Fake Dad is now a part of. But his station is well apportioned to keep an ear to the ground of the political happenings around Zarian and the Empire at large.
And you just sail her around and have fun?
I have to keep a low profile, as it were. We don't want. We didn't think that it would be much of an issue, and now, really, ever since the return of the elves, everything's been thrown into question, and that I think is what set people on my tail, and perhaps whoever.
All right, we're at the 20-minute mark. I am gonna do that. Let's see.
whoever enlisted you.
This time I am going to add the scaling. Was it 6? I could probably just go to 69 to be honest. Nice.
Whoever enlisted you, fake
Looks good to me.
dad, whoever enlisted fake dad to sell out his own son to to make him use his power in the way that I would never have wished for you, Ravi, to have to do, but to unravel such a plot is not particularly something that I would think him capable of, which makes me think he is under some duress. He's under the influence of somebody else, that they have
Shadow
him
King.
by the short and curlies, if you will.
Maybe.
That he wouldn't just send his son on a suicide mission, and he was at least able to offer him some kind of protection. But those are questions we'd have to ask him directly. Or maybe indirectly, if he's being watched.
Also true.
Perhaps it's hard to know. Well, anyway, there's that big card of
Short and curly.
explosives. We've been walking a ways.
Here's the card of explosives.
You ever been to Vortor Island?
The island of Vortor, and I can't say I have.
Just adding the scales.
No one goes there.
Why not? You're a sailor. I guess we don't know that you have Vortor blood.
Yeah, you don't
like
know.
above the table. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Above the table. He's like, "What'd you call me?" He says, he's probably had, like, you as a cleric of, or a priest of Vortor you would recognize some of the trappings. Like he has a little pendant around his neck that, that has the Vortor symbol. And,
Sure, the chucks. Sure.
yeah, got them chucks.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Upside down
chucks.
V.
Well, no, I
Those
mean, just
chucks
like he's a sailor, he's been going to port, and so like,
Okay.
I'm just curious why
Why
no
he-
one has ever been. Like, I've never heard anything about this island. I've never met anyone who's been there. I'm just intrigued
certainly.
if he
Well,
tried to stop.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not, that island is not on most maps. It's on
Oh.
a few of my charts, which are very accurate. There are,
Oh.
you've heard of the island of Vortor? You've never seen it, like,
All right, got to step away for a second again. Bathroom break. It happens. But let me set all this up real quick. Okay. So we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like this. It's 68.8. We're just going to leave it that way. We'll change it next time. Whoops. Going to go up to 75. Yoink. Yoink. 75. And now this one will be changed. The middle one just doesn't get a 69. Sorry, middle one is what it is. Okay.
landed. There was a
And then I have to do this one quick. Like, yoink. What just happened? Okay. So I want to do. Oh, I think it has it already.
doesn't seem like they're
The landscape does not. Boing.
very welcome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seem like they're very welcome.
We
All right.
Island of Vortor, you've never seen it, like, you in your travels now. You've seen a more accurate version of
It was on the elf maps. That was
yeah, it was on the elf
I
maps,
never
probably,
thought it was
for
a
sure.
real place. I thought it was just legend.
Oh, it was on the elf maps.
Yes, it
wasn't
was. It's the place that was the rumored landing place of Vortor, when he descended to end the Ether Wars and rid the world of the influence of the old gods.
It's sort of how that happened, but sure.
That's where he landed. There was a great temple at one point. It was frequented by many. And that was before, of course, the great split happened after the end of the Ether Wars, and we created the 5 continents. He did, I suppose. And yes, it's always sort of been
Disney World.
it was
We're going to
closed
Disney
off,
World?
and
Sweet.
no ship that's ever set out for the Isle of Vortor has returned, at least in my lifetime.
Okay. Cool. Well, what do you want to do about this car full of explosives?
It would seem to me that some just desserts might be deserved back at the Fire Giant encampment. We could potentially return their purloined goods to them. You said there was one of those giant fellows in the back in this car,
Yeah, one
but he was
in there.
asleep. Yeah,
I think Fishhook saw that, yeah?
Yeah.
Or we all did?
Someone saw it. We saw
Yeah,
it
but then we
being
detached the
decided.
car and it came to a halt. So, like, yes, when we saw him a couple hours ago, he was asleep.
Slow, gentle stop. Yeah.
He may not
Yes.
be asleep any longer.
Interesting. I suppose we could.
But we don't want the Fire Giant castle on Rowana. But also,
Doesn't seem like they're very welcome.
we need to get to Jaro
Yeah.
quickly.
That's where we were heading.
No offense, but you were a little bit of a detour for us.
Oh, side plot. Cool.
You know.
Nope, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Well, I mean, he wasn't, and then the fire giants took him, so the fire giants
Well,
were the
I was
detour.
when I had a ship, I was more than willing to take you wherever over to Jaro, and we would have passed by this entire Rowan and
No, we were like on the way.
I think
Yes.
I think commandeering the black ship could be our main goal here, because you have a rowboat and you have some marinans heading your
it's
way.
a long boat. Now let's not, misclassify things, but
Okay.
sure.
Okay, it fit all of your crew and us
And a chair.
A long boat.
and a chair. Okay,
You got my chair.
I
Great.
threw it through the window.
Shit. I really like that chair.
we have some of your things.
It was sinking, man.
Could be by the shore, but I feel like getting us on that ship is priority number 1. I think destroying the Fire Giant castle would be nice with the explosives if we could do it.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Big boom. Let's make it happen.
You hear boom boom pipe up from the back. Hell yeah! Let's blow that shit up.
Just stay walking back there though, until we can get to the
She'll have new pants.
yeah. Yep.
Right. New pants. Sounds good.
Why aren't you wearing pants, Barnaby?
God's sakes on your wood, Nick.
Not gonna lie, it's been a while since we had a Frisky Dingo reference, but that was a good one. I was proud of myself. We love the Frisky Dingoes on this channel. Except for Will. Will hasn't watched it all.
The Fire Giant castle would be nice with the explosives if we could do it.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Big boom. Let's make it happen.
You hear boom boom pipe up from the back. Hell yeah! Let's blow that shit up.
Just stay walking back there though, until we can get to the
She'll have new pants.
yeah. Yep.
Right. New pants. Sounds good.
Why aren't you wearing pants, Barnaby?
God's sakes on your wood, Nick. Where are your pants? Those are big pants. Hagar.
Why were they kidnapping you though? They wanted your blood?
From what I can gather, yes.
Look, and it's
They
the
had a
same plot.
buyer.
It's the same plot that was going on with Ravi. Like I heard in his mind that the one fire giant on the boat was like
Said blood of
stupid
Otmar.
sea devils couldn't keep up their end of the bargain. So whoever hired the sea devils or whoever got them to attack the ships, the envoy in the first place, then contacted the fire giants to try the same plan to
Clean up
abduct
the mess.
some Otmar blood on the high seas.
And at the top of all of that is probably the Shadow King,
Seems like it.
which
Some
might
way.
be Vortor.
Or the Emperor, or who the hell knows what the Shadow King is? I don't know.
Well, I take your insinuations a bit personally, but okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's all
As-
right. Moving on.
As you're welcome
What about
to.
this asshole? So
Boom
he wa-
boom.
Hey, he wasn't even pointing my direction. I'm a really important part of the crew.
We know.
I'm all the cannons, all the the long range stuff. It's me.
You call the shots.
Yeah, I aim them cannons and I
Yeah.
call them shots. But I mean, he really is good at what he does. I mean, did you saw his little bazooka that he holds onto? Yes,
True.
right. He's good in a pinch.
Yeah.
Good in a
Just
fight.
gonna communicate to Orrin like, yeah, I saw us save his ass.
Yeah, you guys did take his. He was facing down those two dudes. He was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
Uh,
it's cool.
nice.
It's cool, rich dad.
Rich dad, poor dad.
I don't know that he is Rich Dad.
I'm not gonna call him that.
Okay. Okay. in my mind still, or just still in the mind?
Yeah, no.
He doesn't wanna be here. What are you doing? Go
Yeah,
away.
well, I mean, we don't know what this giant's doing until we get there. I mean, is
Right.
there a way to run? I mean, can you sell fire giant explosives? Are they better to keep, or are they better to use now? I don't really
Yeah,
have a
you ever
dog in this
came
fight.
across them before?
I've not. Sorry, boom boom for a second. Not directly, but I have heard that they are a bit of. They are well versed in the art of fire magics and the fact that they
That
have.
checks out.
Yeah, they're for demolitions and various. The fire giants of the United States are often sought out for their knowledge.
Perhaps we incapacitate
I mean,
the giant
I've been
friend.
known to move some contraband
We know.
here and there, but I mean, we could fetch. It would fetch a good price. It's dangerous, which is why it commands
Well,
such a high price as well.
And your
but-
crew kind of wanted some cargo to bring back to call this whole thing a win.
Yes,
it
true.
certainly wouldn't.
They
When
were
we get back to
saying
the
that.
main continent eventually, I would assume that.
And we
We
are
had
in the midst
pretty
of
purse.
some sort of existential war for the fate of Argilia. So having a
Oh, right, that
bit of the enemy's weapons for ourselves might not be a terrible thing either. Which, sir, I appreciate. You're a grown-ass man and you can do as you like, but
I am.
I don't. You're a grown-ass man and you can do as you like, but
am.
I don't know who all we can trust in this situation back in the mainland. So I'm just gonna
Well, if
put that out there for you.
I mean, this is all. It is a lot, but it does seem, based on those letters, that I think you're right, Julius. That we don't know how many friends we have, nor whom we can count as allies at this point. But I would
Well,
venture to say that
that's not true. We know who we can count as allies.
Keep the music going. On the side here, I'm just trying to figure out a graphic for the train car. It's not going to be perfect, but
well, if
put that out there for you.
I mean, this is all. It is a lot, but it does seem, based on those letters, that I think you're right, Julius. That we don't know how many friends we have, nor whom we can count as allies at this point. But I would
Well,
venture to say that
that's not true. We know who we can count as allies. Like, we have the Anarans, we have the Marinans. Well, the Sorolans are somewhere
Elves.
in the Fey places. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, we make good friends with the elves. Like, we were in charge of
yeah.
like
The
their
Fenorans
military
even
power.
are, yeah, cool with us too. And
The
like,
Order of the Divided Sky.
Yeah, they're in on it. They're pretty good. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we've like we unified. There's like
All
some
the moon
fledgling
touched
force,
people.
but maybe you could go there instead of back to the mainland.
Go where?
A thought
That is a very fine thought, Julius. Thank you for that.
to Anora. Like he can be like the captain
Oh.
of the like I don't know the UN forces.
Right.
Yeah, it could be like he would have to get in touch with that one guy, General Daniel.
Yes. So
Oh, yeah, we got those too.
sounds like from what we've said, you guys looked in that car, right? Out above this is above the table. You guys saw how much explosives were in there, right?
so.
I think
blow
I
up a
think
whole
A metric
city.
shit ton.
I
Yeah.
think Fishhook looked and gave us the rundown.
If we were able to take some and then use the rest of it to blow up the.
I think we'd have
Take
I
sample,
think we have a
like-
surfeit of
Well, we have to get in there and see how big is one explosive.
right.
Like, are they small? Are they all large? Are they?
Or just very quickly, do we just leave it there, get to the ship, secretly take the ship, and get out of here?
I don't like.
Why
the
can't we accomplish both?
I don't like the idea of leaving just a like
Metric ton of
a
explosives.
weapon of mass destruction all
Just
by
sitting-
itself in the
just
middle
sitting-
of the desert.
Sure.
It's probably not
with
the
a
best
fire
idea.
giant.
What if we timed the explosion with our
That didn't
extradition from the fortress?
help. Did not work. All right.
Two birds, one
Probably
stone.
just gonna be this.
Hey?
You know how to drive one of these trains?
Well, I think I do. I think the
Yeah.
little magic thing you just push magic into it.
Oh, like
and
the
then-
airship, like Terrell's airship.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's
okay,
like
okay.
the little connector guy there.
Yeah, Boom Boom says, yeah, that's what I heard. They're like, magic little moving engines. You just got to put some magic in
Yeah,
it.
you go
It'll-
zzz,
it'll
zzz, and
act-
there's
it'll
like
move these
vroom.
cars if it don't have a big engine to pull.
So we got like a manual way to do it,
Right,
so we can move it
right.
if we want.
All right. Well, let's
Scout up and see if this fire giant is awake or not, yeah?
Let's throw rocks at him.
no.
Right.
Water, if anything.
Water, for sure.
Are we back on Bucket Brigade?
Bucket Brigade, you do have your... that would do
Oh, yeah.
some damage. Your little canteen.
Didn't work so well last time.
Cool. All right, so Fishhook's going to scout ahead, or is one of you going to scout ahead? How do you want to do that?
No, I think Fishhook is the best
That's probably
Um,
a good idea.
doing that.
We'll wait till the scout happens, I think. And
All
then
right.
I'll change the graphic.
Fishhook runs up and comes back pretty in pretty quickly. He was able to like hop up on the car. It's definitely like stopped at this point. He says, "Hey,
Actually, okay.
he's awake. Unfortunately, I don't know. He was writing something frantically inside so he's in there's a strong room inside, and a bunch of like fuses all coming into the back side of it. They're connected, I think.
Mhm.
I guess he was probably getting something to, but he's a man. He's awake and he don't look too happy about it.
He's in like a control room for the explosives.
Hey, it seemed like a room covered in like big steel walls. I mean, he's like.
Yeah, I think the graphic is just going to be the train car.
Strong
by
room
itself,
inside.
but Here's what
A
it
bunch
is.
of like fuses all coming into the back side of it. They're connected, I think.
Mhm.
I guess he was probably getting something to, but he's a man. He's awake and he don't look too happy about it.
He's in like a control room for the explosives.
Hey, it seemed like a room covered in like big steel walls. I mean, he's like a walking matchstick himself. But he probably stayed away from all them fuses and
Yeah,
explosives.
because he's got to watch him, but he doesn't want to set him off.
Yeah.
Is there any way that he's
They're all
writing?
encased in like big old steel containers. It looks like metal containers of some kind.
Oh, so it's just big stuff.
Oh, they're big. Yeah. Like he's a man. He's awake and he don't look too happy about it. Side of it. They're connected inside the. So he's in this.
All right. This is kind of what I came up with. See if we need the landscape. I'm gonna try to do some. Okay. Try to do some color, and I might try to take out like the orangish part of it. I couldn't quite get it to make it black for whatever reason. Okay, so let's go up to yeah, let's give it like a sepia red tone. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the HSL secondary, I think. I don't know if this is gonna work the way I want it to, but we're gonna try. Like, I don't think I can make it black, you know what I mean? I mean, that is a thing. I could probably do that. So let's just do this. Not active. See if I can Photoshop it. We'll see. I know I'm paused for a minute. Sorry. Okay. I don't know if this works or not. I mean, it kind of does. Don't love it though. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna keep it the way it is.
Too happy about it.
He's in like a control room for the explosives.
Hey, it seemed like a room covered in like big steel walls. I mean, he's like a walking matchstick himself. I'd probably stay away from all them fuses and explosives.
Yeah, because he's got to watch him, but he doesn't want to set him off.
Yeah.
Is there any way that he's
They're all
writing?
encased in like big old steel containers, it looks like. Metal containers of some kind.
Oh, so it's just big stuff.
Oh, they're big. Yeah. They're like the size of two caravans next to each other.
Oh,
They're very
yeah, I
big.
don't think we're taking any of those with us.
Maybe we can get inside of it. There's like hatches and
Yeah, see
things
what's in
and
the
stuff.
inside. I
Get
don't think
some.
it's the.
What would he be writing? Is there a way that he can write to
Let's-
communicate?
I mean, they're not dumb.
Is it writing a form of communication?
Yeah.
This is weird.
But like instantly. Like we have messaging stones.
Are there writing stones?
Yeah. Or writing. ways that you can like write something and then quickly send it through the ether, and then have it show up as words on a page somewhere else?
Sorcery. I've never heard of such things.
Does anybody?
Did it look like a
first
fact?
roll.
Fishhook does not know giant, so he couldn't
Okay.
read what he was writing.
I don't speak giant either. Well, we should
I don't know. Is magic email a thing?
text messages.
Make an Arcana check.
Fax machines, I was thinking more.
15.
15.
Okay, so I think it's this one. No. This one. No. This one. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It's this one.
$15.
15.
All right. Copy pasted this guy. Gonna blow this up so I can redefine some of these areas. Okay. This needs to be here.
15.
And then it does that. Perfect. Okay. So I just need to move it to the middle, but let's make it say 15 first. Duh. That's the roll. It is not investigation. 'Tis Arcana. Imagination. There we go.
15. I mean, you've heard of like you can magically write in one book and it appears in another book. Like there's little cantrips and stuff like that do that.
You're like, yeah, it's easy.
Yeah. Like, look.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it's like.
I get out my book. I'm just like, hi, Ravi. It's Ravi.
Right.
Now, when we go back to my house, I have one. And that message will be in there.
If we remember to think about that months from now. Yes.
Right. So you think that he, it could be going somewhere. Maybe he's
2
writing.
o'clock.
Maybe he's just writing in his journal like, this fucking sucks. I have to walk back
sure,
there.
Or
sure.
maybe he's just pooping himself.
Yeah.
And scared. Was there a way? Fishhook, did you see a way in or out of that room for that fire giant?
Oh, there's a big. Oh yes, there seems to be one of them panels. It's like they're solid panels, but one slides out of the way.
Okay.
Run a distraction on one end of the car while someone sneaks in and grabs the stuff on the other end. Maybe
Yeah,
we get the fire
or-
giant out of there and then we blast it and get it moving.
I mean,
Not blast it
I do love the plan we actually enact. It's pretty good.
to explode it, blast it to get it moving.
also, we might be in a more significant position of power than we realize. I mean, this dude might be
He's like
freaking
by
out
himself, man.
because he's going for any number of reasons. So
Call
perhaps
He's outnumbered.
we can
What could one fire giant possibly do?
negotiate
To a train full of explosives. This could only end well.
for everybody's sake. This is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'll try some of that optimism. That sounds good. Okay.
Friends.
Okay. Yeah. No, I would like to go in with like, how close are we?
About maybe like 100 yards.
Like we can see. Yeah, we
All
can
right.
see it now.
Great. So then when we get within like 10 spaces,
Okay.
Uh,
100 feet.
yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are closing in.
I'm
on
gonna
it.
try to do some scion stuff with some mind sense and some persuasion.
I just love how it ends up, Ben. Like I just love the way we end this encounter. It's great.
There's only Fishhook told you there's only a skylight in the room he is in, so he can't see out of the car.
Great.
Oh.
Great.
So like he like peeked in and like
That's probably fine.
scuttered it.
Usually these streams, I've been going like 2 hours. We're at about an hour 50. I'm gonna try to get this encounter resolved, and then I do need to like eat lunch and all that kind of stuff. So let's see how far we get, but maybe 2 hours and like another half hour or so, just as a heads up.
Across the top. So like he can't see into the
For those who
car.
care.
Like, there
They're
is
still
like a
watching.
shuttered window, like a little sliding, like a, one of those door things, shaving a haircut 2 bit.
Actually, also, this is about the time we might need or should maybe change the music. I don't think this is it though. Nope. Too badly. Let's see. This is this is the most especially on these, like this is the most I work per se, is like just going down a bunch of the things that we have. We have like the fantasy complete stuff, and we also have some epidemic sound, all that kind of stuff. So I just go through a bunch of them, see what kind of too epic, too much. I already did that one, didn't I? No. I actually kind of like it, but not for this. Not this one either. Yes, eventually we will let patrons decide on music choices. I like that idea. This is actually okay. I kind of like this so far. Was it 4 minutes? I'm not going to listen to all of it, but a little more intense. Not sure what the outcome of this is going to be. Skip ahead. Still ambient, but change of mood. To be honest, I think we found it. Vigor is what it's called. Musica. I think actually at this, it's gonna be pretty.
Spaces.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. I think minus 25 is usually my go-to as far as the backing track.
100 feet.
Yeah. Thereabouts. 10 spaces.
Okay.
100 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little ominous.
Thereabouts.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are closing in.
I'm going to try to do some Scion stuff with some Mind Sense and some Persuasion.
There's only Fishhook told you there's only a
It is pretty quiet. I am gonna bump it up a little bit, see how that goes.
skylight
I think I just bumped it up. Yeah, we're good.
in the room he is in, so he can't see out of the car.
Great.
Oh,
Great.
So like he like peeked in and like
that's probably fine.
scuttered across the top. So like he can't see into the car.
Maybe even more.
Like, there is like a shuttered window, like a little sliding, like a one of those door things, shaving a haircut. 2
Ooh,
bits.
yeah, the bass hits. They sound explodey.
What's
I
the
like it.
password? That thing. On the back side of it, as you're looking at it. So he can look into the explosives room, but he's
Still
not really
ambient.
supposed to.
A little more ominous.
So the only way that
Not sure how
he's
this is
kind of
gonna work
stuck
out.
in this strong room with a skylight, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And he can't see out of the room at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some dead space in
So
this.
he
but
can get out.
I think
He's
that's
probably
okay.
going crazy.
This is what I'm saying. And he's probably freaking out.
Yep. So there's a door on this side into the main explosives area. It's like a reinforced metal. This is like a heavily reinforced type of car.
Sir, sir, are you okay? We are emergency services. Send
Ringing the little fire bell in the
I
elevator.
mean, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's why. I mean, this is why I would like to use the mind sense to get a sense of like
How
where
insane he's going.
Yeah, like what his thoughts and emotions are when
Okay,
it's time.
so you're within 10 feet of
for
the.
this. Yeah,
back
my
of the
thought is
car.
to like and then
In
I'm gonna eventually
spaces.
crawl up to the top
Okay.
and like look over the hatch. But I just want to get a sense of like where his mind and emotions are.
Right. He is. You sense. I guess fear is probably what like you sense. Of
Okay.
what you're not 100% sure, but like. He's definitely like
Dude is scared.
frantic and
Yeah.
scared. Yeah, he is like.
Cool.
Hope this guy's in claustrophobic.
Cool. Yeah, so he has to. There's like a spell check versus a charisma save.
What is he need to make on that?
Charisma save.
A charisma save, you say?
And my spell check
I got too many shit things.
is
on
an
my
18.
table. All right. Pushiba! 18.
Yeah, so he has to. There's a. Cool.
Hope this guy's in.
But like, is probably what like you sense of
Okay.
what you're not 100% sure, but like, he's definitely like
Dude is scared.
frantic and
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah.
He is.
To be honest, Ben, I'm not sure when battle cam comes back. Yeah, so I'm skipping forward to the battle cam. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So yeah, relatively soon. I'll probably get it switched up right about here, maybe. So let's just put a marker on there so I know. Oh, marks everything. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna put a marker on there, anyways. Shoot, where was I?
Options are when
Okay,
it's time.
so you're within 10 feet of
for
the.
this. Yeah,
back
my
of the
thought is
car.
to like and then
In
I'm gonna eventually
spaces.
crawl up to the top
Okay.
and
call,
like,
Ben.
look over
Thanks
the
for
hatch.
letting me
But I
know,
just want to
but
get a sense of like where
looking
his
ahead.
mind and emotions are.
Right. He is. You sense. I guess fear is probably what like you sense. Of
Okay.
what you're not 100% sure, but
He is
like
afraid.
he's definitely like
Dude is scared.
frantic and
Yeah.
scared. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is like.
Cool.
Hope this guy's in claustrophobic.
Cool. Yeah, so he has to. There's like a spell check
Okay.
versus a charisma save.
What does he need to make on that?
I do have the dice rolls. I don't know if they're all updated yet, but let's see. I do have a sequence that is dice rolls. Oh, I do have a max. Okay, I think I'm gonna take that for this roll.
Charisma save.
So we're still not really in combat.
Charisma save.
A charisma save, you say?
And my spell check
Got too many shit things.
is
on
an
my
18.
table.
Okay. Helps to highlight to actually change the thing. There we go. Bump it over a minute.
All right. Pushiba! 18. Spell check for him is. He only got a 17. So
All right,
Okay,
for
he
his
failed?
charisma save.
yes.
Great. So yeah. So then I will have advantage on charisma checks against
Nice.
this creature.
Oh,
Okay.
that's like friends.
Sort of. Yeah. And so then I'm just gonna
The one where they talk to the fire giant.
go up there and be like,
We know you where you are.
yeah, totally.
Stay
Like-
where you are.
Like, oh man, oh fire giant, are you all right in there? This seems like a bad situation.
What? Who's there?
Are you okay? Man, stuck? You all smoldery and fiery, stuck in a giant car of explosives? That's crazy. How did you get up here? How did this happen?
Don't come any closer. Stand back.
What? Company?
What is he
no, I'm trying
doing?
to help you, man.
Make me influence check.
Julius
With
is a good-
advantage. 'cause you have
Julius is a
advantage,
good
right? Or does he have
talker.
disadvantage
Buck,
against?
buck, 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 buck.
Come any closer. Stand back.
What? Company
What is he
No, I'm trying
doing?
to help you, man.
Make.
Make me influence check.
Julius
With
is
advantage.
A
'cause
good,
you have
Julius is a
advantage,
good
right? Or does
talker.
he have
Little things like that
disadvantage
that make
against?
me.
I
I don't really know what he's
Okay.
saying.
I
don't know.
I don't know what he's getting at.
He united nations.
Sounds
He can
sarcastic.
probably get a fire giant out of an explosive room.
24.
Influence 24. Holy cow.
Explosive room.
24.
Um. Uh, 24 is a little bit different of a number. It is not in the teens. It looks different, feels different, is different. It needs to be smaller because it's bigger. Not by much. That looks good. Fill it out a little bit. Looks good. All right.
For charisma. Like, hey man, I'm here to help you. I'm not trying to find. There doesn't need to be any more death today, friend.
Did the general send you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's about when I think it's going to end. And so that means I need to get all these to go. Except for the dice roll.
All right.
General.
They're coming to recover the car.
Yeah, they're coming to recover the car. We're like the forward ops of car recovery. My buddy here is like a really good magic mechanic. So we're gonna, hook it back up, hook the engine back up. We just, we need to get in there and we need to get you out of there. Most importantly, because
Oh, music ended. So funny, all these music things that I use have like, I don't know, a minute of just silence at the end.
Did the general send you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
General.
They're coming to recover the car.
Yeah, they're coming to recover the car. We're like the forward ops of car recovery. My buddy here is like a really good magic mechanic. So we're gonna, hook it back up, hook
We're
the engine
AAA.
back up. We just,
It's great.
we need to get in there and we need to get you out of there. Most importantly, because if the payload goes, boss is gonna be pissed, and then it's gonna be my ass, and we're all gonna be dead.
And you see, real dad looks around and goes, "I should probably make myself scarce." If he knows that I was the prisoner on the train, if I'm here, this is not.
Oh.
So he sort of like ticks around to the back of the car.
Your dad doesn't do magic? He
Oh,
can't-
I'll help in a
no,
pinch.
he
Don't
does
worry.
He's gonna teach me some stuff.
How to play catch, how to ride a bike,
How to drive a car.
shaving maybe.
He didn't seem interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was
Then-
having
then
trouble calling
Activate
him
the
his
engine.
son.
Take us back to the train.
Yeah, no, but the problem is like the engine. See, like you can't see, and I appreciate that, but like
Right.
you are alone, sitting in the middle of the desert,
nowhere.
and the other cars have left you. So now we are here to help you. But first things first, we need you to get out of that car.
The plan was I'm not supposed to leave.
And you're also
Also, not supposed to die.
not supposed to be sitting all by yourself in the middle of the desert alone.
They found out about the plan. Is that
which-
we're undone?
The
You
plans
are.
change, buddy. Am I in on this call? What is Is this mine?
Yeah, no, this is just
disadvantage.
this is just us like peeking the head over. I have the like holy grail like
Oh, you have the
nice-
skylight? He's,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. In my head, like, nah, man, we're the special team that the boss sent in to fix the situation
Okay.
because it got all fucked up.
What was your influence check again?
Your
24?
castle's that
Oh,
way.
Yeah.
You can't see. There's no windows. Pretty sure we're on the ground.
Wait, let's just forward or back. It's about whatever. All right, I'm coming out,
Thank you.
I want the world to.
and I want answers.
Don't we all?
So you see, he kind of like, this thing slides out of the way. It sort of.
Oh. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna do it now. Nothing too crazy happens on the battle cam, but we will switch. Need my trusty directional blur. There we go.
Meets up with another sort of secondary wall. He comes out of this way.
I go
Just
like this.
that real quick.
Hello.
We're here to help you, man.
Percy's gone. This lizard man's not here.
I don't think Bear Julius is. I don't think you're doing this as a bear.
I am
Not a
not
bear.
doing
He's
this
a
as a
bear.
bear.
He's
It's-
Barelius.
That would be great.
So who's here? Boom Boom. Are all the sailors hiding? Is it just you guys?
I feel like
how we
all the
doing?
sailors are
Sailors
hiding.
are
It's just
hiding.
like me and Orrin and like a
Yeah,
drunk
so they're
Ravi.
like position themselves.
Should I hide?
No, which is good. It'll work out well. Like, yeah,
He's
no,
not
he's
working
the
well.
special mechanic, and like he's exactly. You're gonna be all
I
wasted.
don't have regular Julius. Just give me Julius.
It's not regular Julius.
No, I mean, right when you walked out, I was like,
All right. So yeah, he comes down here. You guys work your way around here.
Yeah, come on, man. We need you to
I
get
don't have a
out
background.
of the
It's just a
car.
black background.
Out of the
stay
car.
calm.
We need you to get out
We're
of
here
the
to
car.
help.
All right. What's the?
The
All right.
plan is
I'll be right back, and I'll go to the
Are
place.
they coming back around? Is that what they're going to pick up the car later, or is the plan off? Is it what's happening?
So I'm gonna go back around. I left and going back around to the place where to make the magic happen.
Okay.
Gonna make the magic happen.
He's in the champagne room. Rob is in the champagne room.
Yeah.
and-
I go into this room, the place where to make the magic happen.
Okay. Great.
That'll be a short.
He's in the champagne room. Rob is in the champagne room.
Yeah.
and-
I go into this room. I close the door.
With no windows, no way to
No
see
windows,
in.
Are you going?
I'm still gonna keep the ominous.
I go into this room. I close the door.
With no windows, no way to
No
see
windows,
in.
Are you going into that?
No,
room?
I'm
Okay.
going around
wherever
to
the crystal
where the
technology
crystals
is.
are to like
Right.
move the car.
Yeah, so there's sort of like one on each end of the
where
car,
the
right? Sort of like part of
technology is.
the
That's how they connect.
connecting. It went well.
I go to the end. I don't know how to. Yeah, I go to the end, like towards the castle,
Okay. Yes.
as if to push it not towards the castle.
Right. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know if I can
And so then,
pull it with the magic.
so then I'm
but-
gonna keep talking to the giant and try to get him like walking away from
Okay.
the car. Be like, all right, man. So here's what's gonna happen. So my boy here is the expert at dismantling and making sure the explosives are safe and protected before, because we don't
During
want any
transit.
accidents.
Right. Okay.
Right. Totally. So all we need to do is hang
You
out.
see, he's like calming down.
Yeah.
You have talked to him.
Yeah,
and
man.
he's like,
It's
okay,
cool.
okay.
Like, what's
Talk
gonna
the fire
happen
giant off a cliff.
is there's gonna be a car coming back round to pick you up. We just need to make sure that this car, obviously you understand, is taken care of.
Mm.
So your ride is gonna be here in like Oh man, what did the general say?
Hour and a half.
Thereabouts, man. You know, like by the time they got to do the lap, they got to get through the
That tracks.
customs,
No,
they got
that's
to
about
do
as
the
long how it
thing.
takes. Yeah, it totally
Right,
tracks.
and so then
Gotta
yeah,
go
they're
out
gonna
to
come back
Jarda, help
around.
another car first.
Yeah.
They'll be right back.
Dude, and I appreciate it was really tough in there, man. Take a load off, take a seat, like enjoy the fresh air and the sky. I know you've been through a lot, and we're gonna take care of everything from here.
I poke my head around. Have some fire ale.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's in the other car. I don't.
No. Okay. Well,
You have a little cask. Of
yeah,
it,
we'll leave
like-
you. We'll leave you
just
some.
like-
We've had enough, I think.
Lightning.
All right. So the crystal has like there's a little. It's like kind of a cylindrical thing, and
Sure.
it has a little arrow that like points one way or points the other way. What did you roll on your Arcana check?
No, so I rolled which side to go to.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to the side that I'm
Right.
trying to push it. I
You're trying
didn't
to
know
push
I
it?
didn't know there were directions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm at the side. My back is facing the fire giants and the forward is facing where it was going
Okay.
originally.
Right.
Because Ravi's drunk, so I made a little check on my own to be like, which side do I go to? Because which way do I want to push it first? Because I'm not sure how to work this.
There's instructions.
Well, there's just like an arrow that says like this engine's gonna push it this way, or
Okay.
you can turn it around and it goes that way.
So
Okay, so Arcana check now.
Right.
16.
16.
Arcana check. Let's go get that, baby. This is Arcana.
Right.
$16.
That is a 15. Let's change it to 16.
16. Yeah. Okay. Well, the arrow's pointed
Arrow.
back towards that's the direction you want to go.
so now yeah. So then I would just like to.
Want to go.
Gonna make these a little shorter. They don't need to be this long, so just moving the
That's the direction you want to go.
perfect.
So
The transition outro.
now yeah. So then I would
There
just
it
like
is.
to get this dude his cask of fire wine. And then I'm gonna telepathically communicate with all our friends and be like,
Hey, go around back. We're about to steal this car.
Okay.
like hop
Get
on
on-
when it moves.
Get on the bus.
Yeah.
On the book.
Exactly.
Brisketingo.
You see,
There's
you
another
look
one.
like they're sort of like ducked down behind one
Yeah.
of the skylight window. Like you can, they were getting ready to like shoot
Sure.
stuff. You see Boom Boom's cannon like sort of pointing over. It's like, all right, and yeah, so starts sort of. It's slow going, like it.
So I
moves-
get it. So I'm like,
Yeah, so you've put a cantrip into it or
Oh.
whatever.
well,
It's a
so like the
magical-
lightning bolt, I'm able to have like the energy. That's kind of how I
All right.
welded
Easy, easy. You're doing good.
Yeah,
You're
you
doing
guys are-
good.
make
the
me,
hand
um,
motions.
Just a little more.
Make me a trickery check, to sort of trickery check, to sort of everybody keep up the professionalism.
I'm gonna
I'd like
get
a
on-
group check. So this is
Oh, group check. How do I want to do this? I think I'll just have them on the bottom. Nothing else is really happening. We'll just do that.
I'm gonna get
Best
on the
of three.
train
This
now
is everybody.
and do it from on the train, so
Yeah.
I'm not getting run over.
Does
you only need 2 to win.
is
2
this
to
some
pass.
charisma advantage?
pass.
Charisma stuff.
This is trickery. Other stuff.
Yeah.
Trickery, other stuff.
All right, so there's a Max. There's a Tony. There's a Will. Okay.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
Trickery, other stuff.
17.
All right. It's going to make it smaller for right now because I have to do this. So Max is a 17, you said?
7.
Oh, I did it again. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh.
Just make sure it's centered. Looks good.
17.
19.
Ah, I got a 19.
19.
Oh yeah. Trickery. Trickery. Chimney. Oops. Just need to nudge it a bit. Go back to here.
$19. Okay, that's 2 passes. What did you get, Orrin?
10 total.
I have to stack these. I just have to make this a lot smaller. So
10 total.
10 total. Okay, that would be a failure. I'll give him a chance to like
Okay,
give
well,
an awareness check.
You know.
Yeah, no, he's fine. So, all right, yeah. So he's like,
so this is about the end of the check. So just gonna kind of move all of the transitions to the ends here. I have to make another one for Will's. I don't think Will has his. I don't think this one has it. I don't think this has it either. Oh, it does. That one doesn't. That's fine. What if? Okay, so if I do. Okay.
he's like,
Oh, and then Orrin's. Okay, so I did have these here for Orrin. Honestly, I didn't think I did, but apparently I do. Okay. Perfect.
like you see him, he's like literally kind of shaking.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, and he's like calming down because
One more pass through to make sure it looks okay.
17.
Oh.
17.
And nothing weird
19.
went on.
19. Okay, that's 2 passes. What did you get, Orrin?
10 total.
10 total. Okay, that would be a failure. I'll give him a chance to like
Okay,
give
well,
an awareness check.
You know.
Yeah, no, he's fine. So, all right, yeah. So he's like,
Looks good.
like you see him, he's like literally kind of shaking.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, and he's like calming down because he did not enjoy being in that strong room. You're getting the impression that he
A little
didn't.
claustrophobic.
He wasn't
are we?
really on board with this whole plan to begin with. He was like, and he
Sure.
definitely got the short straw.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Cool.
yeah,
Oh, thank God.
there's you could if you wanted to pry more into that, but you don't have to. The car slowly like starts levitating back towards the way. It picks up a little speed, but it's definitely going slow. You can sort of feel it
Are you
slow
guys getting
down
on?
every.
Like, what's the plan? What's
Yeah.
Yeah, they all
I'm-
jump on. You guys are like,
Yeah,
okay.
and I like on the way
Walking
back, and I'll be like,
alongside
"Hey,
it.
man, appreciate you. You know, like I said, hour and a half, they'll be back around for you."
Oh, all right.
What was it? And what was your name just for the inventory, real quick?
My name's Gauntly.
like yelling at the
It's
car.
Gauntly. Tell him I did good.
Yep. No, we will. We're gonna write that. I'm writing that in my report right now. Gauntly was a gem.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, and then so yeah, you guys take off the car. The car is heading back. Yeah, you feel it sort of like slow down every now and then. So
Sure.
like, I'd say, I don't know, maybe every minute or couple of minutes, you gotta like zap it again.
And then
This thing is cool.
You see it like the more magic you put into it, it's definitely like it just picks up speed slower each time. You know, it's a little bit like pushing on a scooter that is slowly.
All right, I think we're ending the ominous. So I'm gonna go back to what we had. We'll probably add the ominous again though here soon.
Pushing on a scooter that is slowly running out of.
Let's just
All
change the
right.
vibe.
Fishhook, you think you could get in one of those casks and see what the hell's in there and get a little sample of it? All right, all right.
And I also think that we're at the point, it might just be, I think I'm just going to add the landscape again. I don't think we need to go too crazy. Not much is going on, mostly the talking. Talking and planning.
Pushing on. A scooter that's slowly running out of.
All right.
rubber.
Fishhook, you think you could get in one of those casks and see what the hell's in there and get a little sample of it? All right, all right. And then what do we do? Are we just blowing this train at full speed into the
I don't know. I haven't really figured out the
castle?
speed part yet.
It'll come back into
Or-
the station and then
and then are we blowing it once it's in? Is it we like how
I
are
think
we?
yeah, you'd have to be like in like right up alongside the fortress, like kind of just outside the walls. And
Actually,
it would essentially just blow a massive crater into the cliffside
So it's
that this
either
thing is built into.
upon impact it's going, we need to get off of it, and then it goes and explodes, or we need some sort of delayed explosion here.
Yeah, and that would probably be something to
Ideal.
do with all the wires and fuses that go into that strong room.
Boom, boom.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
You can figure out these wires?
Oh, God.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
I got this.
We have a couple
What do you
miles.
want? How long do you want?
Oops. Yeah, exactly.
We need
Cut
we,
the blue wire.
Yeah.
we need a
End of
couple hours, I
campaign.
think. We need a couple hours.
Well,
because
I don't
like,
think these are going to last that long.
don't we need to get that ship though first?
I think if we blow it to hell,
looking for a graphic.
we'll have
right now.
time for the ship.
Oh,
we just need to
oh,
make sure
oh.
we're clear.
But it's like under the under it though.
It's like under and forward.
Yeah, so the full fortress is
see
sort
this
of
one.
built into a cliffside, and then like the train is on this upper part.
Yeah.
So if you like blow a massive blow a giant hole in the side of this mountain in this cliff, like most of that fortress is gonna fall like probably straight, down the cliffside into the water.
So we need to get the ship out before we blow up.
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably, or at least those things need to be happening. The ship needs to be out of the cave probably by the time.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't talk to the crew that's back. Half your crew's back there, by the way.
We didn't give them we don't have lines of communication, do we?
Dadarian. Percy? Dadarian? What
rest-
can we call you? Real dad?
you can. Real dad's fine.
I feel
think that's
uncomfortable.
helpful.
I feel uncomfortable calling you that.
You have some problems with your.
All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for the live stream. I just really wanted to end that AAA call resolution with the fire giant first. But there is an exciting end to this one, so tune in on Tuesday, possibly Tuesday. Could be next Tuesday for episode 44. Not sure if we're going to do a live stream on Tuesday or not. That is yet to be seen, but on Tuesday this could be out. So catch the ending and how we deal with the fire giants later. Thank you so much for watching as usual. Keep tuning into our episodes, and I think I'm going to try to do this every Sunday, most every Sunday, so you guys can get a little leg up on the editing and watch the episode a little bit early. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time at the Peak.